It is an absolutely gorgeous day here in the country, January 2026. Good morning. You look cold. Hey guys, it's Katie Kate on the Homestead. It is the dead of winter. I know everybody who is living the way that we are in the country, super simple. We are all dealing with the same challenges of winter. Winter is my favorite season. It definitely can be difficult, but every season can be difficult. Last summer, we had drought conditions. So it really is 6 of one, half a dozen of the other as far as I'm concerned. I really enjoy the cold weather. Today, I thought I would take you around the homestead and show you some of the challenges that I deal with during these cold, dark months. Of course, most obviously, it's cold. Dressing for the weather is absolutely critical to be able to work in it and actually enjoy it. I have on 2 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of sweatpants, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, an ear warmer, a parka, gloves, and heavy-duty snow boots. Dressing for the weather is really, really important. It's great to have a wood stove so that when my clothes get wet outside in snowy conditions, I can just dry everything. If you dress for the weather, it really is not that bad. In the summer, I really overheat, and you can only strip down so much. At least in the winter, you can keep adding layers if you're still cold. And conversely, you can shed layers when you start sweating, when you really get working hard outside in the cold. Heating the house is an ongoing chore, but bringing in firewood just becomes one of the things that I do every morning when I come out to do my typical routine. It's not my least favorite chore. I really feel like it's a good way to get your blood pumping with a little bit of light lifting every morning. This is how we stay fit and strong. No matter what you think about winter, you have to admit, it's beautiful. Check out this layer of solid ice underneath this fresh snow. That is the sound of packed snow. got himself a poopsicle. Trying to keep access around the house is also a daily chore. Salting, shoveling, laying down ash. Right now, I'm not even using this walkway, and hopefully you can see why. That is just a sheet of ice. No amount of salt is going to melt this right now. It's very slippery. Which also means I'm really not using this door very much right now. Then keeping the truck shoveled out is also a chore. I salted yesterday because I had to go get my kids from the train station. And some of this ice is broken up. Otherwise, it's a skating rink. I shoveled this whole area by hand yesterday before Scott was by with the plow. Somebody doesn't mind the snow. They got something under the snow. Maybe a mouse or a mole. What'd you find? Get it, Rusty. Okay, so back to the challenges. I love a repurposed anything, and I love my crooked coop. However, this repurposed, wonky, crooked door gives me some grief in these cold months. These latches freeze shut all the time, and I have to open them with some warm water. Also, this door heaves a lot in the cold, so I frequently have to adjust my latches to make sure that they're still fitting properly. Also, as it heaves, it changes how the door closes, and you can see I'm constantly compensating for that by adding pieces of wood so that I don't get any gaps or compromises in the structure of the door. It is really important that I get into the chicken coop every day because unlike Rosie and the goats, the birds don't have easy access to snow. So having water is a little bit more critical. At least with the barn animals, I know in a pinch, they can still access their hydration with the fallen snow. So let's see if I can get in today. I'm in. I have one egg. Everybody seems good. I do try to keep snow in the coop as a backup because no matter what, the water is going to turn to ice overnight. So I'm just going to refill these and then I'll do the pigeon and quail coop. Eggs get pretty expensive in the winter when I'm getting one egg a day, and these guys are eating about a $20 bag of feed every month. They'll make it up to me in the summer months when they're giving me a half a dozen eggs every single day. Just getting one egg in these temperatures and conditions is pretty awesome. Is that enough? Yeah, that'll be enough. Can I get the hay out of your hair? Come here. You got hay in your hair. There you go. That's good. Lastly, I guess just the shorter work days can be a bit challenging, but at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with having a shorter work day for a few months. Honestly, by the time it's officially the first day of winter, that's the darkest day of the year, so the days are steadily getting a little bit longer, even through these cold months of January and February. Also, February is a pretty short month. When you look at it that way, spring is just around the corner. Well, guys, on that note, it's already the middle of the afternoon here. I'm gonna head in and make a late lunch. Just thought I'd share my version of the winter challenges here in Ontario, Canada, where it gets pretty cold for many, many months. Personally, I love it. It's my favorite season. Until next time, happy, healthy living. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, staying kind, and enjoying whatever season you're having right now. I'm Katie Kate on the Homestead, and I'll see you later. He loves you. Is that your cat, Rusty? Is that Rusty's cat?